The counter's not in here. loading snacks.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
sir. Yes, sir.
What it do, snackers and snackettes? It's your boy Gage, and Jokes is in the building.
Yo.
In the building.
Yes, sir.
We have a very special guest. Miss Kit Steele has joined us today for Women's History Month. How are you, Kit?
Thank you very much.
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Zayna wasted no time. There she is right there.
Yeah, Zayna's already in the count. Kit, I will tell you now, I told Zayna. Zayna has a link to join us. I told her to jump in as soon as the show is over so that you guys can chat. So we'll stay in when everybody else is gone. What's up, Greg? What's up, Ty? Listen, you all are tuned in to Lotus Snacks Weekly, where we get together once a week and we talk about all kinds of things that are happening in pop culture. And today,
Today,
we're gonna talk about Kit Steele. That's what we're gonna do.
Sounds appropriate.
We're gonna listen. We're gonna talk about the Avatar and Endgame, and we're gonna do predictions for Falcon and Winter Soldier. We are going to try to avoid spoilers for WandaVision because Kit hasn't seen it.
Yes. So please be kind in the comments.
Indeed.
The key word is yet.
Please be kind in the comments. That's right. Yet.
Right.
So, Kit, I want to start with you. First and foremost, seriously, how are you doing?
I'm doing very well, thank you. It's been a weird year, but we're all still here.
Yeah, well, that's true. That's
Very
true.
good.
We certainly miss seeing you at shows throughout the year, at conventions and so forth. Hi, Sarah Collison.
Hi,
She's
Max.
right. She's totally right.
Yeah, because I'd have seen you guys 2 or 3 times by now if all the shows had gone according to plan. So.
Exactly. Hey, Heather. You're right. So it has been a little tough for all people who con who you know, because it's how we commune. You know what I mean? So it's been a little tough, but I'm glad we get to see each other this way at least. You know what I mean? We're trying to stay connected via social media and so forth. So tell us
it's
a
kind
little
of
bit.
amazing how all of this has come up and taken over and made communication a lot.
Yeah.
It's so
different,
necessary.
but still there.
Yeah, it's so necessary. Like just human contact, even via internet. So much better than not at all.
Yeah. Well, like as an artist, I'm perfectly happy to live in my little cave and just make art and just stay here.
Sure.
But still, it's all of my major socialization is through cons, and that's how I find my people.
Yeah, you typically do how many shows a year?
Anywhere from 20 to 25, depending on the year.
I mean, that's a lot.
I people a lot.
There's only 12 months. That's a lot. You know
I people a lot.
What up, KB?
You know? Yeah, so talk to everybody. Tell everybody a little bit about what you do, what's going on with you, what's happening. Show some beautiful artwork.
Oh, thank you. So I got started into this just because drawing was something I always kind of liked to do, and the convention thing sort of fell into place since I live in Central Florida, so there's a number of fairly large conventions that happen every year here. So stumbling into one is not unusual.
Okay.
And then, once you do your local shows often enough, you end up knowing that community of artists and vendors and attendees who go and they tell you about other shows and they invite you to other shows and you start to sort of leave your little safe zone and venture out into doing other shows and meet other people like you guys. That's how I met the Loading Snacks crew.
Indeed.
And that just became sort of and it's so easy to do so many of them throughout the year just because they're kind of everywhere all the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just sort of started creating my stuff and taking it with me to shows, and people expressed interest and wanted more. So I was like, hey, I can do this.
How long have you been doing conventions?
2019, the end of 2019 would have been 5 years.
Okay.
So my last show of 2019 was New York,
right?
Which was my third New York, but 5 years
correct. I think we met up with you briefly at your first New York.
Yeah,
that was also our
first New York.
Yeah,
not prepared.
Yeah, New York is
wow.
a beast.
That was a beast.
It is.
It's a different
It is
beast.
a universe unto itself.
Yeah. The inside of New York Comic Con looks like what the streets look like outside. Like it's just people moving. It's just people moving. It's very difficult for us to do things the way that we do things because we're typically like guerrilla style, like right at your table. You know what I mean? Like, what's up? Let's, and like there's really not that kind of space at New York.
No.
For sure.
And unfortunately, I will never be able to witness this the way things are.
Hey. But we'll get it back. You know what
eventually.
I mean?
Yeah,
eventually.
Yeah.
They'll come back.
I think that year was, I believe, the first year that they had moved the artists to where they are now. They had that completely separate area. But that is not where you were, Kit. You were in like the hustle and the bustle
on the vendor floor.
Yeah, for sure.
Not prepared.
There were other people we knew in that area, but you were like in like you were like trapped.
Oh, yeah.
Like you were trapped. Yeah. I was surprised we managed to find you. It was just like
me too.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
I was surprised I managed to remember where my table was. The space was so big. There was just so much stuff. And once you open the doors and let all the people in, it's like the entire topography of the show changes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think if I remember correctly, we were talking with you at Baltimore and you had just gotten word that you were going to be able to go to New York. And you were like, I'm not sure if I should do it. And I was like, no, you should definitely do it. And I was like, we're going to do it.
The travel plans were last minute. The table arrangement was last minute. Everything was last minute. And I remember it. I think I looked at all three. I was like, I don't know. I've never done this show. Should I go? And you're like, go. Just do the show. Go do the show.
What's up, Ellis? Yeah, you're absolutely right, Ellis. NYCC is definitely a special beast. Like it is unlike anything else. I will tell you what though, we had a whole lot of dollar slice pizza while we were there.
That was the best dollar slice pizza.
It was
Let me tell you how when we went in, I had to question it because I'm like, is it just like this particular pizza? It's like, nah, it's all $1. So like with the bacon and the sausage, like everything, it's $1.
Yeah, but here's the thing. The bacon on that pizza, there were no bacon bits. They were putting full strips of bacon on those slices. And I was like, wait, what? Like, yeah.
The jealous meter is just rising right now. It's just going out higher.
We went back at like 1 a.m. there because the thing, I swear to you, it never closed. It didn't close.
No. All times of night. That's one of the things that's beautiful about the city, for sure. You're right, Ellis. Once the door opens,
and that show ever since.
Yeah, we actually were fortunate to be able to get in. We had some badges that we had did a little rigmarole, managed to get in slightly early, and it's definitely different once they let everybody in. What it sounds like in that place is amazing. It's nothing like, it's not like being at Baltimore or being at Awesome Con or something like that. Where we really actually get to see you and like spend time at your booth and really see your stuff. So I want to talk a little bit about your work and what you do and how you do it. Because I think the thing that drew me, other than your beautiful face, to your booth, was the color, like the paper that you use isn't typical.
Yeah,
it's not what I see everybody else use.
I think that was my first Baltimore too. Was the year I met you guys.
Totally possible.
Yeah.
And I think it was my very first Baltimore. And at the time I was doing a lot of work on tone paper.
Mm-hmm.
I just really liked the depth, and I liked that it kind of added something and to everything I was doing, and everything wasn't quite as like Crayola saturated, because it's just not I like bright colors, but they're not in my art.
Sure.
So I was doing almost everything I was doing on tone paper at the time, and I didn't realize how different that was.
Yeah.
At the time, until I walked the floor at a show.
And there was nothing else like it. Like it was there was nothing else like it. I have a couple pieces I'm gonna show a little bit because listen, I like T Dragons as much as the next guy. I do. But you had this. So this Goliath piece, which like, again, it just pops so heavily against the background on this paper. Sarah, you should love T Dragons because T Dragons are awesome. So yeah, so there's this.
Sarah
and then you also, and again, I mean, there's plenty of pieces but these two, because you guys, if you can't tell, that I have like, I might
just
have
like a couple,
just a little thing.
I might have an issue. It's possible that I have an issue. Yeah, I wanted to at least show those two pieces. I like most of anything that we've ever gotten from you, like Zaina has in a collection somewhere. Like, I don't know how you change your name on your YouTube.
That must be what you actually have.
But if you tell us, listen, if you type in there what you want us to call you, for Sarah, she's like, how do I change my name on this?
Yeah.
And then you just tell us what you want us to call you, and that's what we'll call you.
Yeah.
Sarah is Max.
I can Max.
Max.
Okay,
Max.
I'm good with that.
There we go.
We'll go with Max. Zaina, I have so many pieces, and I absolutely love every single one of them. It's so true. There's like a special area in every room she's been in, her bedroom, whatever. Like there's a special area just for kids' work. That's a real thing. That is a very, very real thing.
I love that banana so much. It's insane.
Ellis. Yes.
Yeah.
Cough, cough.
We
Understatement.
all have an issue, okay, though, but it's okay. We all have an issue.
we all have our issues. So I think of all the issues I could have, a Spider-Man one's not so bad.
Not too bad.
Zaina says, I call it my kit wall. Which is this is what it should be. So Kit, you've been working on some things. Do you have some stuff you want to show?
Yeah. So a lot of stuff that I was doing when I met you guys for the first time was a lot of IP stuff, a lot of fan stuff that was close to my heart and still is. So stuff I am a fan of.
Sure.
But without shows in the last year, a lot of the stuff that I've been doing has been more kind of original content exploration. Just kind of messing around with concepts and media and materials, just for the hell of it.
Mm-hmm.
So like I've been doing really small pieces lately. I don't know if this will show up because it's a gloss instead of a. So there we go.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
But then.
Oh yeah, there.
So like the roses.
I can see the gloss. Yeah.
Acrylic. But I've just been doing these really, really tiny pieces every day this year so far. And like.
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
I've been watching.
And,
you're right, Max.
So most of it.
It's all amazing.
A lot of it. There we go.
Yeah, those are dope.
A lot of the stuff this year has been focusing on life and death and loss and grief and letting go, and
they're like playing cards.
It's they would make really, really good playing cards. They would make really good playing cards. They would make really
like a small deck out of them, like an oracle deck or I don't know. I'm not sure yet.
I'm down. I think a tarot deck.
Into something.
Yeah, a tarot deck would be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I think for sure.
I don't really want to do 72 tiny pieces of art though.
I mean, but if you're doing them every day, you're gonna get to 72 eventually.
Eventually,
and it's gonna take you a little over a year.
And speaking of tarot, I actually just finished a piece for the 78 tarot, which will launch as a Kickstarter in May, I think.
Awesome.
And they think it's their 7th or 8th deck that they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So I've contributed artwork to that for this year, which is so much fun. It's such a great project, and every artist on it is insane and amazing.
Tell me a little bit more about it.
When Kickstarter goes live, you guys should check it out.
Yeah. What is it? Tell me a little more about it.
So it's called the 78 Tarot.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not entirely sure how long it's been running now, but it's definitely well past the 5th deck project. And what it is a couple of art directors who go and jury out artists for their project. And every artist gets a different card. And then depending on what the theme of the deck is, this year's it's animals. So everybody got a different card and a different animal.
Okay.
And whatever medium it is you choose to work in, it's kind of up to the artist, and your interpretation is up to the artist, which is great because it's a lot of freedom.
Yeah.
And everybody gets to be part of this incredible Kickstarter with just some amazingly talented fantasy and nature artists and illustrators who work for like all kinds of things. People who do work for Magic the Gathering, people who do stuff for Blizzard and DC and Marvel and Vertigo.
Wow. That's pretty dope. And that goes live in May, you said?
Yeah, I want to say the tentative date's like early May for the Kickstarter to go live. I will post about it when it does, since I have stuff in the project.
Okay. We'll make sure everybody's following you. K Dizzle said, making a small deck of just art is original and awesome. Perfect to put on a coffee table. Shut up and take my money.
Thank you.
Shut up and take my money. So listen, we're gonna help him find a way for you to take his money.
Yep.
Jokes, if you could put, we have a few links. Kid has a Patreon. So talk to us a little bit about your Patreon. Make sure you put that up in the chat so people can get the live link to Jokes, please. There it is. So anybody who is in the chat, you can click on that link and jump right to Kit's Patreon. Talk to us a little bit about your Patreon and how it's set up and what happens and what works there.
Okay, so the Patreon project's about 5 or 6 years old now. And what I do is every month I mail out original art postcards. And they're exclusive to the project, so no one else gets them. I don't make prints of them. I don't sell them anywhere. So it's stuff that's created specifically for the patrons. And usually they've been not really thematically linked. It's just sort of whatever I feel like doing that month has sort of shown up in everybody's mailbox.
Sure.
This year I'm doing a year-long journey of a single character. He's a little dragon. Actually, let me go grab him. Hold on.
Please do. Please do.
Wait, hold on.
We'll wait.
Tiny dragon.
While she's doing that, also you can throw up her Instagram link, Jokes. So we want to make sure everybody has a chance to follow.
It's a tiny dragon.
You said that link is wrong. Let's make sure that Patreon link is right.
It's TALES.
That'll do the trick. Let's see if the one
here. You got it. Yeah, pull the one that I jumped in the chat. Yeah, there you go. The suspense is killing you, huh?
So it follows the year-long adventures of this little dragon. I know, shocking dragon. This guy.
So cute.
Oh.
And his little black hole companion Quark.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, it's going to follow him through the strange little fantasy universe that they live in this year. And at the end of the year, he makes a thing, and the last card will have the recipe for this thing that he's making on it.
Awesome.
But it'll have his entire journey over the course of the year, which is different for me. I don't normally do pieces that are that thematically tied and that sequential.
Yeah. What drew you to that? Why did you end up doing that this year? Was it just the way the year was going? Is it
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Kind of was the way the year was going, and then it was just the impetus for the Patreon was just I got tired of seeing nothing but bills and junk in my mailbox.
Sure.
So I was like, we don't write letters to people anymore. We don't send postcards. We don't snail mail people for fun anymore.
Right.
So I decided to put something that wasn't a bill or a flyer or junk mail in people's boxes and just be like, here's a thing that no one else gets. Just you.
Make people excited to go get their mail for a change.
Sure.
Yeah, right. Like I love going out to the mail and finding I've got something that I'm looking forward to in the mailbox instead of my car insurance bill.
Hey. Sure.
Right? So,
like back when kids are excited if anything comes in the mail with their name on it. They just are. I haven't quite figured out why, but it is. It's got their name on it. It's mine. You know what I mean, or something like that. So I'm okay. I'm with that. Let's make sure we get that Instagram link there. Listen, if you all are in the chat, make sure you're following Kit on Instagram. Go check out the Patreon. Her Facebook is there too.
Yeah. Facebook is also Silvertails, and it's basically a push from Instagram.
Yep. There is the Facebook link. Mom and Grandpa love to see the postcards too. I should sign them up separately. I dig that.
3 people in the same
Black
house.
Squadron, what's up?
Different person.
Yeah, I mean, Kit, it sucks not seeing you in person.
No, it sucks not seeing you guys too. It's always just so much fun to see you guys come around the corner, and I know you're coming.
It's just a matter of what time.
That's what they can probably hear us. Yeah, before we get there.
Yeah, probably
it's
before.
Great to see you guys. And Baltimore is usually the first show that I see you at.
You know what, Ellis? Put the water bill in your kid's name, and they'll learn that mail is great.
We're gonna find out real quick.
You know why that's not gonna matter? Because they're still not gonna pay it. Like they're not gonna. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, it's in my name. Like, yeah,
apparently I owe this. You should pay this for me.
Yeah. Yeah, it sucks, but you know what? I'm glad you're here now. We're gonna have a little fun. We're gonna talk about some things that are going on. Again, pop culture never stops. Pandemic can't stop it. World? No, not at all. Like, speaking of time, don't forget jokes.
Don't forget, like what?
I don't know, but here's what we're gonna do. This is jokes. This is your time. This is your time to shine. I'm not.
You said this is my time to shine.
Yeah, and here's why.
So we know it's got to be about one of 3 things.
Listen,
wrestling, Power Rangers,
okay,
or Pokemon.
Or Pokemon.
Fair enough.
A W and 2 P's. So this one is a Pokemon thing because I saw you post today that you somehow snuck somewhere to somebody's store and stole some Pokemon cards early.
Whoa, I don't know why I thought you were going to say you snuck into somebody's house and stole their Pokemon cards.
Almost. Happy 360.
Yeah.
316 to you too, Marcus. You didn't hit me up and wish me a happy Pi Day 2 days ago. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's right.
You know what I mean? You didn't wish me a happy Mario Day.
Any of those?
Like, what's going on? Yeah, talk to me about this Pokemon deck you just had to go get today.
Yeah, so I'll show you the empty box because of course they got opened already. But
how long did that take? How many cards are in that box?
So it's 36 packs. So 36
packs,
packs and each one has 10 in it.
Okay,
10 cards plus a one online, so 11 in total technically.
Black Squadron. What do you mean? What kind of slander? What's the slander?
Appreciate it. Yeah.
We just happen to just get that man a stunner. I mean, listen. We
didn't say anything.
We didn't say anything bad about wrestling. It's just we just know that it's one of those 3 things.
Yeah.
We left out Gundam, which is clearly behind him.
That's clearly behind me too.
We didn't leave out Gundam.
But I didn't bring a Gundam because in some ways you can, put that towards me as well because it's anime related. So
that's totally fair. You could probably blame me for that one too. So
that's cool.
Depends on the Gundam though. I'm really picky about my Gundam.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, nothing wrong with that at all.
Marcus, hey, listen, Marcus. I don't know if you're wooing about Gundam or not, but when you woo in my chat, that is a Ric Flair reference. I don't care what you say. That is a Ric Flair reference, and we will always keep it for that. Yeah, talk to me about these cards you went and got. What happened?
So the set, one of the newest sets, Sword and Shield Battle Styles. So local store popped up and was like, so yeah, we got these ready to go, ready to sell. And I'm like, really? Because technically release date is not until Friday. Like if you look on everybody's website, it definitely says
they're not supposed to be out yet.
They're not supposed to be out until Friday.
Okay.
So right now, I'll tell you, getting Pokemon cards is just as hard as trying to get a gaming Xbox Series X or PlayStation 5. So number of reasons. So obviously COVID is a part of manufacturing, sending out. It's a thing. Sure. But now it is the resellers. So over the last few years though, the overall
release dates are for Dorks Max. Is that
hey. No, I didn't beg. I did not beg. I walked in and said, I need a box of those. Sure, we'll sell them to you. Boom.
Big. Wow. You got on your knees.
No, I didn't have to do all the action because I'm giving them money. So they're like, yeah, here, you can take this. Give us the money.
Yeah.
But right now.
You know who I am? Give me a box.
Yeah. I'm dope. And I need these Pokemon cards.
AKA Lil Jokes.
Lil Jokes.
Pokemon cards.
Lil Jokes. I need my cards. Well, So right now, like getting anything, like even the older sets that have been out, just next to hard to get. And because of all this, like all these retailers have had to go extra links for everything. Like I was talking to one of the owners of the store I went to pick them up from, and people have gotten desperate to where they're actually somehow, and this is probably an inside job is when I'm taking it. There are like trackers being put on like the trucks that like all the cards are being yes, it's crazy. And they're able to track
sound like a
specifically.
drug deal, okay, Dizzle. That's
Hey,
exactly
hey.
it sounds.
And so the scalpers are getting to the stuff before anybody else can get to them. Target has actually pulled all Pokemon cards off the floor. The only way you can get them, you have to go to customer service. And on top of that, they're limiting you. You can only, depending on which, yes, they are limiting you. Some stores mostly I've been hearing 3 packs is the most that you can buy. Marcus is Dream Wizards. I'm surprised you didn't Dream Wizards.
So they let you just so Target is limiting people to 3 packs. You just went in and bought a box.
I want a box
Before street date.
Before street date, technically.
Hey, that's a win. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but the difference, like, and they acknowledge because they've seen me in there before, and they're like, we definitely we want you to buy it because we know that you're buying it because you actually want to play the game, you want to use on like whatever you want to do.
You're not scalping them.
Exactly. But they are still, even for the community, they're still limiting people from buying. Like they said, if you'd asked for a second box, we'd have been like, no. And I was like, sure, no worries on that side. I was like,
BP at Black Squadron just said that he found some Topps baseball cards at Target, and they only let him buy 2 packs. Baseball cards.
Yeah, and apparently it's everything now. But it depends on what Target that you go into. Because like I was talking to good friend Shady, and the one near her, apparently they said they were only doing 1. So
wow.
It depends on at least which Target you go into and the discretion probably of management, whoever it is in there at the time. But right now, getting Pokemon cards is so difficult. Like it shouldn't be. Now, don't get me wrong.
You just bought them all. Like you just went.
So no, they sell them. They sell them.
Catch them all.
They sell them like this. Yeah.
I know they do.
So I went ahead and bought a whole box because I'm like, hey, but here's the funny part. Because of the street date,
right? 1 box. That's
one box.
Just one.
So this will be a box, and then you can also get the whole, like if you like the one day shipping, they actually sell it that way too. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But because of these, like I've gone online, I've already put all the digital codes in it so I can unlock them online. I can't even unlock them online yet.
Because it's not supposed to be live yet.
Yeah, so it actually has a timer on it. So I literally have 36 packs online that I can't open until Friday.
Oh my goodness.
For the digital side. So I'm gonna be doing a bunch of clicking come Friday.
Now hold on, okay, but this is so. What are these cards though? These are just
the normal trading cards.
Yeah, Pokemon is apparently harder to get than Lysol right now. Like I guess it's more important.
Yes, yeah, I actually managed to buy some Lysol today.
Basketball cards and
actual Lysol, not a store brand. I bought Lysol today.
Okay.
Name brand. Yes.
Did you get it from the same place that had the Pokemon cards?
Right. What they say, you a case or something?
Yeah, like we'll let you have. You got to buy all our Lysol. Like,
but these are the regular trading cards. I mean, they've been around for years now. This is just the newest pack of them for it.
Okay.
But like they integrate into pretty much any deck. If you play in tournaments and everything. Legal, you pretty much can only use current sets. So, like within the last 5 sets of it, if you have anything older than that, legally you can't use those in a sanctioned deck. Would be the way to say it. Pokemon cards do have resale value of Lysol one use.
Lysol is one-time use. Nah, you can resell Lysol. If
you sure can.
Yes, somebody will buy it from you.
You should go on Amazon.
Somebody will buy anything.
Yeah, Pokemon forever, huh? Okay.
So, but unlike in the past, like when they originally came out, there was only one type of card. Like if you got a holographic Charizard, that was the thing. So now they've taken an extra step with the more recent set. So obviously there's rare cards and then there's rarer cards in the set. So like I'll give you.
What's the best cards you got out of what you picked up today?
I would say the 2. I'll see if how well you can see.
Yes, Max, you are illegal. You may not. I can't see
Let's
that.
See.
Hold on.
Yeah, let's pull it up. But I know because of my fake background. So there's certain cards. This is a shiny trainer card. So you notice how it has like the rainbow color to it?
Yeah.
This is like the next level rare that you can actually get.
Oh,
So
Marcus, you starting fire, Marcus? Don't do that.
Fights.
Don't do that.
So there's a regular version.
B,
There's a regular version of the card.
Yes, I will tell him. Marcus, get out of the comments.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it.
But like, there's a regular version of the card. Then there's a holographic one that's just a holographic version. There's a full art body one, like you see here. But the full art body has two versions. So it'll have a normal color one, and then it has like the rainbow color one. So this technically out of the four would be the rarest of that.
That's the rarest one. Okay.
That you could get of it. And then the main thing now are what's called the VMAX cards. So these are like, you get these on the field, you pretty much annihilate whoever you're fighting with. So there's like one of these in a box. So if you buy a box, you should at least get one of these. And I got lucky enough and I got one of these out of the box.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh, Ellis, these are most certainly in a sleeve, sir.
That's a sleeve, sir.
This is a sleeve, sir. This is a sleeve. And you see, like,
he's serious about his Pokemon card.
Hey, you see the sleeve? Hey, you see the sleeve that this came in? This is one of these box sets that you can buy that's literally non-existent anymore. If you go on Amazon, the box set that this comes out of is like $200 now. Like, I bought this retail. I bought the box for $39.
You are the
this don't goes for $200
all day.
I'm happy for you. Keep them safe because someone will come to get you for them. I don't know. Like, I don't know.
They can fight me. They can fight me. I got a machete. I got a machete.
They will.
You were trying to get your hand on that set for a minute.
So these are the new. So this is the newest one. So like, honestly,
right, he really not playing about his Pokemon. This is so serious right now.
But this is the newest.
I would normally never allow this much time to be dedicated to Pokemon on this show. You know that.
But just how hard it was to get.
He was so excited.
Oh, I was amped. Like, because I bought the last thing I got actually. Sin, you did this the other day and just randomly pulled the Pokeball out of nowhere. Oh, but I know you got. No, he didn't. But this was actually these went up on Amazon a few days ago. These actually have 3 packs in them with them for it. They just put it inside of a fancy Pokeball.
How much was that?
$12.
How much is a pack normally?
It depends on where you go, either $3.99 or $4.99.
I wasn't going to ask what you paid for the box.
I don't care because it's real.
Okay. Well, how much did you pay for the box?
The box is $150.
It's Pokemon. I flex.
The box was $150.
I know I probably paid a few bucks more than normal. Like I think they retail for like $140. So, but some places like I was going to end up with this one, and then there's another box that came out that retails for $40. They were selling it for $70. I was like, you can keep that one.
Look at Zane in the comments talking about she went to McDonald's to get Happy Meal Pokemon cards. Zane, he got all of them joints.
I almost got all of them. I almost have all of them.
He bought so many Happy Meals. I was like, listen, you don't even have to buy Happy Meals. Just go and tell them you want one of every card.
I did that a couple with them, but I still ate lunch. So I paid for a Happy Meal.
How many Happy Meals did you eat to get all those cards?
I didn't get them all up. I was like, let me get a Happy Meal, but let me get a couple packs too. I was like, just take the money. Yeah, the boxes are cheaper than the super ones. And
hey, listen, you're so happy right now. Like I don't even. I'm so happy. I'm happy you're happy.
Hey, I'm amped.
Yeah. Like that's all that matters. Well, okay. I listen. I'm not mad. Zane, you needed some nuggets. That's fair. He went because he needed cards. You went because you needed nuggets.
Shut up, Ellis. You acting like you don't have. You could be mad, okay? You don't have no loot. You didn't get no loot crates, no WWE loot crates, and get any of them shirts out of there, or you just left them in the box and just threw them in the closet.
Nah, he has those shirts. He probably had somebody send him the shirts without him buying the loot crate. That's probably what
I had to go through loot crate. So
that's right. That's right. He had to go through loot crate. He couldn't do it the same way you did, Ellis. He doesn't have your kind of connections, to be honest with you. I mean, he has the Pokemon connection. He doesn't have the wrestling connection. You gotta help him out with that. Okay, so listen, I don't not to because everybody in the chat seems to be enjoying this a lot, but I don't care. I had enough Pokemon for today. I had enough Pokemon for today. Here's what I want to talk about. Hey, Sin, I want to know how you feel about them re-releasing Avatar in China and it now retaking its place as the #1 global box office selling, like replacing Endgame. as the global leader
Hold on.
in box office sales.
Oh yeah, re-released.
They re-released Avatar, the James Cameron film,
Yeah,
in
over
China.
the weekend in
And,
China.
it's breaking numbers. It's putting
Bro,
up
they
numbers.
brought in. Listen,
put it in
listen.
numbers.
They needed to make 7.4 million in order to beat Endgame. They smashed that. Endgame final global numbers, not using it, not with any inflation. 2.797 billion, and Avatar over the weekend hit 2.802 billion.
Apparently, I need to rewatch this movie.
Why?
Again.
You don't.
No, you don't. They
Avatar
just
is a
did
movie.
this.
It makes
cool.
Avengers gonna get re-released. Re-released.
Okay.
They might as well.
Re-release.
Yeah,
Re-release.
re-released.
yeah.
Because they
This
technically
is
re-released it all.
the third time that the Avatar has been re-released, and
This is the third
Well, yeah, because it's
re-release?
taking 30
This is
years
the
to
third
get like the
re-release.
next 4 of them.
so I wanted that's what I wanted to know. Do you think they're gonna re-release Endgame?
I don't see why not. If people are going out to the theater to go see
No.
Avatar, I'm pretty sure we'll go to the theater to see Endgame again. I see people to get the money. Why not? It's not gonna hurt nothing.
Hey, it's a good way to reopen theaters
Nowadays,
back up.
yeah.
Throw
I
Endgame back in.
will be honest. My favorite thing about this weekend was Zoe Saldana on Instagram. Like, yeah, I don't really care which one wins. I'm in both movies.
Exactly.
He's like, yeah, do what you got to do, bro. You know what I mean? Like, balls in your court. You know what I mean? Like, it's so crazy. Cuddy says, "What's up, Cuddy? This is your first time jumping in the chat. I didn't realize you were there." So, they're likely to re-release here prior to movies 2 and 3. I mean, they could re-release it here. It won't have the same effect it would in China, though. It just doesn't have. They don't. Just theaters in China. The numbers are crazy there.
Yeah.
Period. They just are, and I don't know if there's another movie that could be released or re-released that could come close to what either one of these films did. Like, I don't know when we'll see something else released that has that kind of potential until whatever happens at like the end of phase 5.
Yeah, I'm saying
Of
like
the MCU.
whatever Avengers is ramping up to,
Yeah.
whatever the MCU is ramping up to, that is the closest thing I can think of for now.
But that's like 10 years from now.
Mhm.
Right.
Little ways to go.
You know what I mean? Like that's like
Just
10
little ways to
years
go.
from now. You know, maybe 5, but probably 10 years from now before we see that happen. I just think I mean, I know that they are supposed to be doing like 4 Avatar movies, like 4 more Avatar movies.
Yep.
I'm still not in the camp that the first one was that good. Kit, are you a fan of the Avatar?
I mean, I
Yep, that's it. That's
it.
it.
That's it right there. Hey, you don't have to hide. You can say it straight up.
I enjoyed it, but I watched it for all the visuals.
Sure.
Like, I watched it for the movement. I watched it for the advancement in CGI. I watched it for the alien creation. Of
Marcus,
the world
One Piece is a show. We're talking about movies in a theater.
Yeah. So you didn't. Yeah, I mean, again, the big thing about Avatar when it released was the 3D, right? And what they were doing from a technological standpoint.
Yes.
Which at this point, I mean, as far as I know, they didn't re-release it in 3D. I just don't find that movie. I don't think it's a bad movie. I just don't think it's that good of a movie. Like you know what I mean?
It's not like it's a rehash of a fairly stable plot line, right? So there's nothing really groundbreaking about the story itself. It was all visual, which it was amazing, stunning visually, like just the sheer amount of time spent on it and the fact that they developed new technology to make those visuals that you saw was astounding. But the story was just kind of okay.
Yeah, I mean, look, the world building and what everything looks like is beautiful. I mean, it is. I don't know that we've seen anything that quite rivals it in terms of more or less building a world from the ground up. I don't know if we've seen anything that rivals it, but as a movie as a whole, there are so many other things I'd go see before I go see Avatar again. It's also
I'm
too
gonna have
long.
to agree over here on the chat with Jay, who's like the OG 1977 Star Wars, like that original theatrical release. Yeah, if you put that out in theaters, I'd go see that like 7 times. Sure.
It's not gonna
But
be.
you can't see that
though.
anymore because all you see is the augmented stuff, the extended edition.
I still don't know that would turn.
It would,
I don't think
It
that's,
wouldn't.
I don't think it would push it to 280
nah.
billion.
And yes,
You know what I
Marcus,
mean?
One Piece does have movies, but the only way they could even try to compete with that is if they made them canon, and they don't. So
Even they did that. That's still
Yeah,
still
that's
wouldn't
still-
come
it would
even
have, like the only thing that could,
It's
it would have to
live.
be canon, and it would have to be at the end of it. You know what I mean? Like
Not even that.
that'd be the only way you could even try.
One Piece. Look. With the MCU, let's just use the MCU. You can binge 23 movies.
Sure.
Cool. One Piece. What are we at? 980
Yeah,
episodes.
900
Right now?
episodes.
creeping up on 1,000. Yeah,
How many MCUs are we talking about right now? Just inside of One Piece alone?
a lot.
Yeah. I don't think Ellis is right that the Avatar ride at Disney World is incredible. But the movie is probably Wonder Woman 84 level. Like I don't think like it's not that bad.
I would not.
It's not that bad.
Disagree.
I don't think I've seen a movie as bad as Wonder Woman 84 in a very not that would have been released to theaters. Like I don't think I've seen a movie that bad in a very
like I enjoyed Avatar when I saw it in the theater, but like, I didn't walk away like, oh my god, greatest movie I've ever seen in my life.
Turn back around and go see it again.
Like
Ready
just
to
like
go
you
turn around and go
said,
see it again?
yeah, just like
let's go see it
it's like I went all the technical stuff they were talking. It looked interesting. Like, all right, let's go see it in 3D. Let's sit down and watch it. Yeah,
Right.
It's beautiful. Like,
Right.
all right, you're gonna make another one. Cool. I'll sit down and go check it out when it comes out. But like, I'm not rushing to the theater to go see part 1 over again.
Yeah. I mean, I'm all for going and seeing the spectacle or what have you in the theater. You know what I mean? Like I love that kind of stuff, but you still got to hold me in a seat. Like I was happier coming out of each one of the Lord of the Rings films than I was coming out of Avatar.
Yeah.
In terms of spectacle and world building and what, like I was much happier coming out of that than I was. But again, I don't know if they also re-released Harry Potter.
Mm-hmm.
Like the first one, like 2 weeks ago, and that pulled in like another 15 million, in China. So, I mean, there's definitely there's a market.
Yeah.
You know what I mean for doing it. There's a possibility if they put Star Wars if they release Star Wars in China, it'll do numbers.
Mm-hmm. I remember when
it's not going to do Avatar or MC, it's not going to do in-game numbers.
I remember when I was in Japan, the only American property I saw advertised and getting love out there was Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Like Force Awakens, all that kind of stuff. Like that stuff I would see everywhere. I'm like, okay, they really mess with Star Wars out here.
Yeah.
Didn't know that. Good to know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Star Wars would be the one that could do well over there if they decide to put Return of the Jedi or Empire Strikes Back or something, run it back on the screen. Yeah, it could do well.
I dig it. 100%. All right, listen. It's time to get a little out of control. We got about 15 minutes left in the show, and I want to talk about Falcon and Winter Soldier predictions. That's what I want to do. So, hey, Sin, you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm trying to look at everything and monitor at the same time.
You got it.
Man having a little fit over there. Like, oh.
No, I'm good.
You were mad at Avatar till you saw The Last Airbender. Listen. We don't talk about The Last Airbender. we only allow the cartoon.
We treat it like Voldemort. We will not mention its name.
I'm not one of those people who doesn't like M. Night Shyamalan stuff. Like I think M. Night Shyamalan does some dope stuff, but like
that wasn't it.
Here go
that
Ty.
was not it.
That wasn't it.
That's right, Ty. There will be a new
spoiler boys.
For sure. So listen, Falcon and Winter Soldier. They dropped another new trailer. They are
Shut up,
really,
Marcus. I just saw
really
that.
pushing us.
That must be a better editor.
Hey, I already told you what
Hey, Marcus is after your goat, bro. Like,
I
don't know what.
I'm telling you right now.
What happened between you and Marcus? Why is he picking on you like this?
Me and Marcus have this weird beef in anime chat ever since I said the anime he recommended was garbage. The King's Avatar.
Hey, I remember that.
So now I have a feeling, jokes, at the end of this month when we wrap up for our thing, we gonna have words.
That's gonna be fine.
Well, it's gonna be a great time. Yeah,
I'm so
ready for this.
that.
I'm ready
Hey,
for
Ty,
that.
hey, put that on. You know what? Put that up on the screen.
Got
hey,
it.
Ty, listen to me.
You can come for the bill all you want,
Here's
Marcus.
That ain't happening.
That witness protection thing ain't happening. We're just
Ain't
gonna leave that alone. Here's what I need to know. Here's what I want to know. I'm going to you first, Jokes.
Oh,
listen, keep it simple. Don't overshoot it.
I'm not going too far. I'm
don't
not
overshoot
actually.
it. Give me a prediction. Give me a prediction for Falcon and Winter Soldier. Tell me something you think is gonna happen. I'm gonna cry harder. That's
I mean,
totally possible.
Most likely, yeah.
Just the obvious thing. Like, we know Falcon technically has Cap Shield. He is Captain America, or that he is supposed to be the one to transition for it.
He doesn't technically have it. He has it.
Well, he has it. Oh, I guess what way I should say it is technically he should be the one that assumes Captain America. Sure. I think, as soon as this kicks off, I think they're just going to knock on their door wherever they're staying at now and just like, don't you come out here and try to act like you Captain America, because you're not. We got that handled. Like, we know the trailer, we've seen Agent and everything that's in there for it.
Yeah.
But I think he can't assume it, but they're going to have them go on some mission that's like, hey, look, we're not ready to send our Captain America out there yet, but we need you guys to go take on this mission for us. Even though we don't like you, we don't support you as being. Yes, episode 1 probably will piss a lot of people off. But I feel like they're going to get thrown into something, even though like they've kind of taken a step back, not being acknowledged as like the Captain America, the ones to be the replacements for it. Sure. I think they're just going to be hey, we know you guys can take it. We know we can't do it. So we're going to.
Who do you think is sending them somewhere? I mean, Bucky is technically still, I would say, viewed as a criminal.
That's kind of facts. I don't know if they really truly cleared him, but
who's sending them? They keep talking about real Cap in the past tense in the trailer, and my emotions are not ready. It's gonna be okay.
It'll be okay.
It'll be okay.
He's not. I mean, he's there technically. He's just.
Like I said, I predict the music is gonna be fire. You're probably
right.
No,
that's probably that's gonna be a fact. But at this point, like
I want to know what you think, because Jokes he's talking in circles. I want to know what you think.
Truthfully, I don't have many predictions for this yet, just because I'm not sure what to expect with the buddy kind of team up of Falcon and Winter Soldier. I do think, though, we'll definitively get who is the torch being passed on to, whether it's ends up being Bucky or whether it ends up being Falcon. So I think we'll get that definitive answer by the end of the show.
You feel like that hasn't been decided already? I don't think so. You don't think Cap giving the shield to Falcon and Bucky literally looking at him before he went to go get him, being like, "Yeah, dog, like this is for you."
I think when the shit hits the fan or whatever happens in the show, I think it'll shift things. I think it'll shift things, and they'll have to, make some decisions between them. You know what I mean? And the government, like,
put that on screen. Y'all can have this. I'm done trying to predict these Marvel shows. Mom had me on the screen. They're not doing this to me anymore.
They did a wonderful job.
And look, Jay Robert was leading to something I was getting ready to say. Like, I can see the government being like, "Yeah, give us that back," type of deal. You know what I mean? And all those things starting to come into play with it.
I think the interesting thing is you don't see. So you see him practicing with the shield,
right?
Mm-hmm.
But in the action sequence, like, you don't see him with the shield when he's flying around and they're fighting and all that kind of stuff. Like, you don't see him with it. But it makes me wonder whether or not that's because he's not comfortable enough with it in practice to actually take it somewhere and throw it and risk not coming back.
Hit the wrong person. Hit the wrong person.
Because we saw him throwing it into the tree in like the early trailers, but in like this last trailer, you see him like literally practicing like bouncing it off of trees and it coming back. But you also see him like bracing himself to catch it when it comes back, which I think is really interesting. Because Steve is so much stronger than he is. Yeah. And we know that Bucky can catch that thing with one hand.
I know he can. Yeah. I bet we have a dope action sequence between them two passing the shield back and forth between each other.
I don't think we're gonna get that
yet.
Listen.
If they do, If they do,
I
I'm
think we're
I'm
gonna
gonna
him throwing
lose
it.
it.
Bucky catching it, big, tossing it back. Him catching it.
I'm gonna lose it.
No, Bucky
Like
gonna
that
get
would
that.
smash every hallway fight scene in
No.
all of the Netflix. All those hallway fight scenes that Daredevil did and all that. Listen,
I think
if
we'll get that.
Bucky
I think
just
we'll
gotta
get
be a
that
little
action
careful
sequence.
throwing
All
it
right.
too, because I don't know if
Hold
Falcon will be
on,
able to catch it.
How many?
That's a
Listen,
good one though.
here's the thing: there are only 6 episodes for this show.
Mhm.
How many episodes in before this happens, Sam? Ooh,
Fifth.
2 episodes, Kit?
I'm gonna say fifth.
2.
You say 5th. Kit
I'm
says
gonna
5.
say fifth.
I'm gonna say 2.
Okay.
Fifth or sixth.
Nope.
Yeah.
I go right down the middle. I'm gonna say 3. I think we're gonna be able to do it.
All
I'm gonna say
2,
3.
3, and 5. It doesn't happen in the last episode. Epic battle.
Well, I'm thinking whatever the final big epic battle is, that's where it happens. I don't know.
You don't think that's going to happen in episode 6? They're just going to talk to us through episode 6. They're just gonna... That's going to be that bad. Kit, do you have
And with
predictions?
Heather though, like because Heather says in the chat that she doesn't think Bucky wants the shield, and I totally agree. I don't think.
I
Bucky,
agree.
I
think
agree
Bucky
with that
wants it.
100.
I don't think he wants it either, but I think he doesn't want it because I think he thinks he doesn't deserve it because of the things that he's done.
Yeah.
In his
Everything he
past.
did, yeah.
There is a possibility though that he ends up realizing that in some manner he's
It's
right
gotta
for it.
be, yeah,
Just because
be
of
him.
what that weapon is. Because Falcon's the time that Falcon spent as Cap in the comic books is relatively short-lived.
Mhm.
And I think it's more, I mean, at least in the comics, he has some level of powers. Like, I mean, he can talk to birds. Like, like that's not a thing in the MCU. I don't think we're gonna get any more Redbird, but I would be happy if we did get some Redbird in this. Kit, do you have a prediction? Is there something that you just think is gonna happen? We're unprepared for.
Unprepared for? You know, I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm not trying to. I don't want to make any predictions because I'm just kind of want to go into it just as
That's fair.
As
That's fair.
unassuming as I can. But I think it's just going to be literally the two of them together were my favorite thing about Civil War. So I'm just waiting for the epic buddy cop.
That
6
buddy cop.
episodes. Like
Can you move your
that's what
seat
I
up?
want.
It's gonna be funny.
No, yeah. Like I'm totally interested in that.
I am
I'm
along for the
super-
buddy cop ride because they were the best thing about Civil War, hands down.
I want to see Agent 13. Like we see her a little bit, getting a little
Yeah.
action in. She's been out of play for a while. We haven't really seen her since Civil War. I think it'll be cool to kind of get some action sequences with her. And that might be a tie to whether or not, you know, Steve is around somewhere with you know, so hopefully, and I imagine that maybe just maybe he has kids somewhere because he stayed in the past and had a family.
Mm-hmm.
He
Little
did.
caps.
You know what I mean? You know, I think it could get really interesting. I have questions, so I'm just gonna throw some things out.
Shoot.
You
To
have
the panel?
questions, which means Marvel will not answer them
You're right, but let's start with this.
because Marvel doesn't do that.
Nah.
You're right. They
Nah,
they left me hanging.
We
So-
say what I'm saying. Where you
All right.
witnessing?
Witness protection. You're witness.
So here's what I want to know. If you look at the trailers, the flag smashers who are like in the comics, it's like one dude, but
Mhm.
there's this militia group. But if you look at them, they appear to have power. Like they seem to be. So somebody has a super soldier serum or something
Somewhere.
of some sort.
Yeah, they're definitely enhanced.
Will we see mutants? Just yay
Nope.
or nay?
Nope.
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 Okay. No. Do we see Skrulls?
Yes.
Are we getting any secret invasion? Anything?
Yes.
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 Okay. It's unsure. Okay. Yes. Ellis,
Maybe.
watch Captain Marvel show up at the end of the movie and just fly through stuff when she's actually needed since episode. You know what? She's not coming at all. So Jay Roberts also says no mutants. Okay. But we do think we'll see Skrulls.
Yep.
I'm with that. Okay. Does old Cap show up at all?
That's the one I was thinking.
Do we see him?
I was thinking about that. I would like to see it,
Mhm.
but I'm gonna say no. As much as I would love to see it, even if it's very,
Do we
I don't care how
even get,
brief it
like,
is.
I'm just like literally like, do we even get, even if it's like, even if you don't see him, do we get like maybe him and Falcon talking on the phone. He's just asking
That's
for advice. Is there?
I was gonna say yes, like
Okay.
just for because we know how like Marvel can twist words and everything, so we know Chris Evans was done as Captain America, so maybe there's the chance that Steve Rogers does show up. Like you say, could be just conversations to be had.
Mhm.
One of the two of them reaching out, hey, look, same thing. I still don't think I'm cut out for this, and
Sure.
he just gives them the Steve Rogers talk. That's
That
Steve
pep
Rogers
talk.
pep talk.
I see that happening.
And then that he goes a little bit from there. But I think that would probably be the extent of it. Do I think Steve Rogers is gonna come out here and start bodying people as old man Cap? No.
No.
I would like to see that.
You know what?
No.
Because the whole buddy cop kind of thing that seems like they're going with, I can see each of them reaching out to Steve for advice and not saying something to the other one,
And
and
not
that
telling
being,
the other one,
that kind of being like a thing in it. So yeah, I definitely can see that happening.
Well, Steve told me to do this. Steve told me to do this.
Right.
What do you mean?
We're not no plan. Like we don't have a plan. And like Bucky reached out to Steve and he's like, you guys should make sure you have a plan. You know what I mean? But he told Falcon, like, man, just go with your instincts. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. Like, you got this, go with your instincts. So he's like, yeah. No, there will be no Uncle Ben talk, Marcus. Not at all. Kate does will we see Black Widow? I don't think so.
Cap.
Nope.
What'd you say, Kit?
No actual Cap.
No actual Cap.
I see like allusion to him, like either phone conversations or like a photo of Bucky and Steve from the war, or photo of Sam and Steve, but no actual Chris Evans on screen as Cap.
Not at all. Okay, I dig it. Is it okay? So John Walker, who is was Super Patriot in the comics, and then was briefly Captain America, and then was U.S. agent before he joined the West Coast Avengers. Does he canon? Could he be leading to West Coast Avengers, and do they end up having to fight him? Does he have any power at all? Does he get enhanced?
I feel like he's gonna get enhanced, but I feel like something's gonna go wrong. I feel like he's gonna get like that Red Skull kind of dose. Maybe not turn into a Red Skull, but I feel like
not work out for him.
Yeah, I feel like something's just gonna go wrong. Maybe he has the power, he tries to do something, and like the serum just gives up. Maybe he doesn't have that, even though we know there's a completed version because obviously Cap exists. Maybe he has that incomplete one, and he has to do just like my man did in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And he still got to take those enhancements like every day or something like that to keep the abilities. But I feel like that may be what'll happen.
Hey, listen, Ellis said they dressed up for a funeral in the trailer, so Steve ain't making it. It might not be about Steve.
It may not be Steve.
Yeah. Dog,
if they come out and say, Steve died, I'm not ready for that.
He'll be so happy though. Like he would have lived a full life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you see the memorial, you see like it almost looks like a Captain America memorial, right? That's set up in like a museum or something like that. That you see him in front of, and obviously it's a replica shield because there's a shield there. You know what I mean? But realistically, he could not survive at this point, and maybe that's why he felt the need to pass the shield on.
Pass the torch
for sure.
Dead by episode 1.
Yeah, Walker will be off kilter. Serum will make him worse. I dig that. I mean, I certainly think there's a possibility of that. You see them walking with Zemo like they're together. All right. So I've already decided Zemo's playing both sides. Like this just can't be, you know what I mean? Like he has to be playing both sides. But clearly there's some reason why they feel like they need to at least listen to him and go with him. And it could be because, like y'all said, the government is just like, yeah, y'all aren't the actual ones. You know what I mean? Like the Avengers don't exist anymore or whatever it is. This is unsanctioned. We're just, Ellis gonna be balling while holding his Captain America shield. Hey, listen, I know you're gonna post the moment it happens. You and your shield. You and your shield.
I ain't mad at it.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. Okay. So I mean, I think those are some pretty solid predictions. We're gonna go into it this weekend, having a good time. Does anybody want to make predictions for Snyder Cut? Just asking. Nope. Okay, good.
No.
I'm good with
I just want to watch the 4 hours.
Watch it and be done with it.
Like we've all heard everyone saying great things. I finally seen like a couple of bad reviews, but like the majority of all of them have been awesome. So I mean,
let me tell you what I did today. While working, I ran Man of Steel and Batman vs Superman on the TV while I was working today. Just like, okay, Snyder Cut's getting ready to come out. Whatever. Let me run these on there.
You enjoyed them? I'm sorry.
Man of Steel is okay. Man of Steel.
Here's the thing. You're right. Man of Steel was okay. Then I got the Batman vs Superman. I've not watched these since I watched the original run of these. I got to the second one. I was like, good Lord, this movie is bad. Watching Batman. I was picking at this thing.
Wait, hold on.
Oh my gosh.
Ty, what's TV Gold? You need to explain yourself. If you better be talking about Falcon and Winter Soldier. If you're talking anything about the Snyder Cut or that, like I'm
pretty sure
right now, I'm pretty sure that's not a thing. Okay, Ellis, Snyder Cut prediction. Gage will spend 30 minutes that's destroying it no matter how good. You're absolutely right.
That's facts. That's what happens.
Ellis, listen. It could be the best DCEU movie ever made. And it will still be it'll still be worse than Batman 89. You know, it's Ty. The Snyder Cut is TV Gold.
Hey, look,
Get out of the comments.
Hey, look, I'll tell you right now. After
I'm
revisiting
about?
Batman vs Superman today, I have zero faith in the Snyder Cut.
Hey, I'm not gonna say I have zero faith. I think it's gonna be okay. Like I can say I think it's gonna be okay. It's going to be better than the original. I think that's going to be a thing. It'll be better than the original Justice League.
All right, listen.
Oh, here we go.
If it's not as good as the original,
that's a problem.
Outpatient surgery. It won't be as bad as you fear, but oh man, you will leave when it's over. Yeah, I mean, look. Okay, listen. It can't be as bad as the original Justice League. Like it can't.
Yes, I know. Can.
Well, okay. It certainly is gonna hopefully, for 4 hours. Like it is good. I think there's gonna be a lot of fan service, which is great. And I've been hearing that. Like I've been seeing a lot of people reporting like it's great fan service, but you have to already be a fan. And I'm not, so it's not for me. So like you guys already know. Yes, it's theater trash, but free TV Gold. All right, Ty.
I mean, you paying for HBO Max.
Sure.
Or you may have a password.
IGN gave Snyder Cut an 8 out of 10. GameSpot gave it a 3.
GameSpot gave it a 3.
Yeah, so
I mean, it's gonna be divisive no matter what. Yeah. And I am the dividing line. I'm pretty sure. I'm relatively positive that regardless of how it shakes out, like if it's good, I'll tell you it's good. I'll put it to you this way. If it is at least as good as Shazam, because Shazam was really good.
Shazam was dope.
If it's at least as good as Shazam, I'm here for it. If it's as good as the first Wonder Woman, I'm here for it. Those are really the only two though. In the DCEU, Aquaman's okay. It's okay.
I'm not gonna hold that much faith, but you guys know how I feel about Snyder anyway. So
yeah, like listen, I can't stand his work.
Nope.
So all right. Greg says it'll be a 6.5 or a 7. IGN can no longer be trusted after Cyberpunk. That's not their fault.
No, that ain't their fault.
Everybody rated that high because the only version they gave them was the one that
worked.
The one that worked.
You're going in for the visuals, and all right. So all right. Let me just say, Ty, I don't really. If Spider-Man swings by in that joint, I'm gonna be so upset. Aquaman was your favorite. You're going for the visuals. I don't like Snyder's visuals. Yeah. I feel like they're muddy and watered down. I don't think they look good. However,
well, and that's not enough.
Yeah, I think they're supposed to be an extended fight scene. Agreed. That's just not. Yeah, I don't think. I don't have a lot of faith. So I'm going in with the bar already set low, which means that there's a good chance I'll come out and be like, you know what? That wasn't that bad. But I do feel like at 4 hours, there's a much higher likelihood that I'm going to come out going, that was so unnecessary. 4 hours is a lot of time. It's a lot of time. And what I want to see, they have to not only do enough to justify it being that long, but they also have to justify, to me, the amount of money that they spent making it. Because if they don't recoup what they spent reshooting and adding things on and fixing things and changing things and what have you, because they spent millions upon millions of dollars doing it, if they don't recoup that, what that does to my mind is tell me that whatever it is they had plans for with WB for anything DC movie related in the future, you just ate that budget. You just ate somebody else's budget for something that had potential to be better, to try to pull in people to HBO Max. So if the subscriber count,
honestly, I don't feel like I've got a whole lot of faith left in DC's live action stuff anyway. Like just in general. I mean, their animated stuff is blowing everything they do live action out of the water.
Of course. So I think the new Batman movie is going to be really good.
Oh yeah,
I really do.
Pattinson.
Player haters ball speech for the movie. Snyder, I hate you and everything you've ever done. Hey, listen, that's almost true. That's almost true. I do like Sin City. That's about it. That's pretty much where I draw the line on Snyder's work. Man of Steel wasn't terrible.
No.
But I don't think it's as good as Superman Returns. And I don't like Superman. So, we'll see how it pans out.
Superman. He wasn't like the iconic classic Superman. I'm not a huge Superman fan either, but I'm an enormous Batman fan. And I've never liked any of Snyder's bad stuff.
Sure.
But Man of Steel just wasn't Superman. It was like you've Batmanified Superman and turned him into this like wangsty ridden mess, and he was just kind of like, who is this? I
agree. Doomsday was terrible. I'm actually a little bit excited about seeing Darkseid. Mm-hmm. There are certainly elements of this in the trailer that give me like some of the animated movie vibes. Yeah, Granny Goodness. I'm actually, I do want to see how they take some of those things and they bring them to life. But the next snap was
Snyder's
a chef.
Like Michael Bay, an acquired taste.
Yeah, I mean, but you know what? But realistically, though, I like most of Michael Bay's stuff. I know exactly what I'm getting going in.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like, I love Michael Bay. I love Michael Bay's work.
But let me tell you something. Like, I'm not like, it's hard for me to be enthusiastic about Michael Bay doing a live action Ninja Turtles movie. However, if I go into it going, you know what? If the Ninja Turtles were in Bad Boys, though, that would be fire. Like, I just have to put on like it's almost like no. It's the same thing with Bruckheimer. Like Bruckheimer stuff is just like,
hey, Ty,
explosions.
You are bugging about those Ben Affleck fight scenes. I just watched that joint over, and I'm sorry.
They're garbage. They're garbage. The Ben Affleck fight scenes are garbage. Hey, Ty, listen.
Hey, you're just talking about the beatdowns.
Listen, Ty, do one thing. Go watch Ong Bak. Watch one fight in Ong Bak and try to tell me anything that happened in a Batman fight scene was good. Like you're way outside of like
so bad. Like that scene when he's in the little dreamscape or the future thing and he's shooting people. It was, and he's hitting everybody with a gun. I'm like, this looks so bad.
As a matter of fact,
it looks so
matter of fact, Captain America versus Bucky in the street. When he finds out that Bucky is Bucky.
That's the best action scene in the MCU.
And run that joint against any fight scene across the DCEU
doesn't even come close.
Nowhere. Just them practicing that joint is trumps it. Just seeing them like slow action and doing the stuff beforehand and then jumping in and actually doing it. That even trumps what we see on it for.
It does. Hey, listen, Dark Side of the Moon Transformers joint was garbage, but that's not really the point. You know what I mean? Like, we love Wahlberg. We hate Snyder. Like, that's not really a thing. I'm a Marky Mark fan, not necessarily a Wahlberg fan. I don't think they're the same thing. And Donnie Wahlberg is a better actor than Mark. Let's just, I think that's fair. Dude, those are two different things. What two different things? You're right. He is a moderately okay Bruce and a crap Batman. He might be a really good Bruce, if they wrote
if they
wrote it that way.
Yeah, if they
he'd
gave
have
him
kept
time,
if he would have had his time to do his control and possibly make his version of what Batman would have looked like. Like I'm the person that actually truly wanted to actually see what Ben Affleck could bring to the role, but
absolutely,
Justice League just killed that.
There is no world in which I can say that I'm a fan of Michael Keaton, Batman Bruce Wayne, and not feel like you should give anybody else who they want to put in those shoes a fair shot. Because Michael Keaton, at the time that he took that role, nah, you're not talking about Beetlejuice. He was
the most unlikely casting choice
for sure.
For Batman,
for sure, and
the most unlikely choice.
But it worked, I think, because they spent so much time focused on Bruce Wayne. They spent so much time focusing on Bruce Wayne,
and it was Tim Burton.
Correct.
And Burton just took how weird Keaton is and how weird Nicholson is, and just went, "Go,
this will work.
Okay,
do
it. No problem."
But he also specifically said, "This movie won't work if we make it about Batman. It has to be about Bruce Wayne," and it is. It's about Bruce Wayne and Vicky Vale. It's about Bruce Wayne and Jack. It's about Bruce Wayne and what happened to Bruce Wayne that makes him into Batman. That's what sells it, and you carry that story along in that second film, in the Batman Returns film.
Well, like that. Ever since you got that Batman, right? Ever since you got Burton's first Batman movie, where you're right, it was more about Bruce Wayne than it was Batman. We've never needed another Batman origin movie, and yet we always get one.
Keep getting them. Yeah. I mean,
every time.
With superhero movies anyway. Like most of them want to do origin stories now. Like, nah. We know these characters well enough throughout all these years. We don't.
That's why
we don't need to know their starting point. We get it. We know it.
That's why I was happy what they did with Spider-Man. Like, just give him his little intro in Civil War and bringing him in versus the whole.
Him and Black Panther.
Dog, I didn't.
Just jump in and go.
Yeah,
they did both in a Captain America movie.
I didn't need to see Uncle Ben get shot again. Like I didn't see that twice now. I don't need that. A third guy that's going to be Uncle Ben. I don't need that.
You know what, K Disney, you're asking who would be best to fill a Batman role now. I don't know that it matters. I think it's just a matter of how you cast him to be Bruce Wayne. And I think it depends on what shoes you're trying to fill. So the Batman, I mean, listen, Robert Pattinson, again, probably the last person anybody expected to get cast to be Batman. But you have to consider that they're hopefully casting him to be Bruce Wayne. And if you watch the animated show The Batman, which
it
done by the same people that did Jackie Chan Adventures, it is a phenomenal show. If that's the Bruce Wayne they're going for, I think it works.
I'm good.
There's totally a possibility it could do that.
I think they're going to focus more on Bruce in the movie just because of the time, place where it's set. Like he's still early in his career as Batman. So I think it will. Yeah.
Well,
I think it will focus
Batman's
more on
almost
the man.
immaterial at this point, right? Like whoever he is and whatever he's doing and whatever stage he's at in his vigilante career, Batman is almost inconsequential. It's more important who Bruce is at that point in his life.
Right. I agree. 100%. If they focus, the thing that actually makes Batman interesting, like we've had this conversation 1,000 times on this show. Batman has no superpowers. I don't consider him a superhero. He's just a hero because technically he's a glorified police officer, firefighter. He's a vigilante out there with money and gadgets doing God's work. Cool. The reason why that's so important and matters, though, is because of Bruce Wayne. It's who Bruce Wayne is. It's what happened to Bruce Wayne as a child. It's the decisions that he makes. It's the things that keep him from being a killer. It's you know what I mean? Like you need what Bruce Wayne's personal persona is. You need that in the background of Batman because it is Bruce Wayne that grounds Batman because he could go off the rails easy. He technically belongs in Arkham with the majority of his villains. He could go off the rails so easily. If you focus on Bruce, the Batman stuff just kind of falls into place. It's just, it is, you know what I mean? It is what it is. I don't think, again.
And yet, really the thing that this side of really Bruce, it's everyone else around him. The most interesting thing about Bruce is the relationships he has with other people.
Sure. And
like
some of them are terrible.
To Jim and how he relates to Dick and Tim and Jason and everybody
Yeah,
else.
it's one of the reasons why.
And
what they do for him and how they keep him human.
It's one of the reasons why I love the Hush movie, the animated joint, so much. Because, like, everybody be calling him out, and then, like, Damien calls him out, Dick calls him out, everybody calls him out, and, like, yeah, okay, whatever. Whatever, Bruce. Like, go do your thing.
What stage is this new Twilight Batman and he's beating people? Hey, listen.
Hey,
listen.
We don't beat the bricks on that dude.
We try to keep Twilight.
Oh, he did.
Oh yeah, he beat my man. Hey, listen, and I'm okay with that because Batman does that. He puts people in the hospital
and then ask you,
he doesn't kill them.
Tell me what I need to know.
Yeah, you're gonna
broke my jaw.
Like, dog, I can't walk.
I can't talk.
I can't. My rib is puncturing my lung. I can't breathe right now, Slim. I cannot answer these questions you are asking me.
That's when Bruce says, "So, tell me what I want to know, or it gets worse." You know what I'm saying? It's like,
I need an ambulance.
I don't think. Again, I'm in that camp of like Tobey Maguire, perfect Spider-Man at the time because he was a perfect Peter Parker. Like you never guess that dude's Spider-Man. Never. It's not happening. You're not looking at Tobey Maguire and going, you know what? That dude might be Spider-Man. There's no way.
Be Spider-Man.
There's no way, right? And that's part of what made it work. Keaton is Batman, brilliant. Clooney is Batman, too spot on. Clooney is too playboy.
Yeah,
he's too spot on. Kilmer is Batman, not bad. Bad movies, but like
that's what.
No doubt.
I can't. Toby was an average Peter Parker. Peter Parker is average. That's the whole
point.
That's the whole point. So average.
Yeah.
He's so average. Like that's the whole point. You know what I mean? Like when you watch Tobey Maguire cry, when you watch him cry,
that's an ugly cry, dog.
It's so bad. There's
horrendous.
No way you're looking at that dude knowing, he can lift a bus. Like this.
He can stop a train. Like
that dude jumped off a building. That dude jumped off a building and landed on his back on top of a car and got up and walked it off. Like not him, not that dude crying. You know what I mean? Like it's not even like it's perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like it's perfect. It's bad now though. Like if you go back and look at it, it's pretty bad. But at the time, it was pretty spot on. It was pretty spot on. I mean, look, we can do this all day.
We sure could.
We can absolutely do this all day. We'll just have to wait and see. Y'all already know what the deal is. Next week, Snyder Cut. We're gonna talk about it. Spoiler Boys on Monday because we got to talk about Falcon and Winter Soldier. So that's for sure. Listen, here's what I need you guys to do. Jokes, pop that link up for me. Let's put that link up. Y'all keep in mind, if you are following us on one place and not following us at all the rest, you can hit the link tree. That's the easiest way to just find us everywhere we are because we social media. That's a thing we do. We're all over it. I'm still working on getting Jokes to dance on TikTok, but I think I have a way. I might have some really nice Pokemon cards he doesn't have.
I was going to say, is he either got to be Pokemon related, wrestling related, or Power Ranger related?
You have a first edition Charizard that you are willing to part with? I will dance like a buffoon for that. John.
I know you will. I know you will.
Sell that joint for $200,000 in a heartbeat.
We'll talk. I mean, you got to dance, and we got to get enough hits. Like we can't just settle it there. TikTok got to go viral, bro. Like I can't.
I will be picking your soundtrack, sir. Just know that.
Absolutely.
That's even worse.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. I already got ideas in my mind.
Yeah, you probably think about playing a Creed song. I already know it.
Absolutely.
I already know how your mind thinks. I know how your mind thinks.
It's gonna be Creed. There's no way it can't be. It has to be Creed. Sin, you have a job to do. If you would do that for me, please.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and shout out our top tier patrons, starting with Anthony Cunningham, Marcus Houston, Susan Dortch, and Tyrone Carson. Thank you all very much. We truly, truly appreciate it.
We really do, and I almost am sad about being mean to you in the comments, but I'm not because y'all ask for it sometimes. Y'all really ask for it sometimes. Yeah, it's absolutely part of the deal for being part of this family. Okay, so now we need to talk about Kit. So, Jokes, if you could get Kit's links back up, because there are a couple of things that we didn't talk about. Kit has some books that are available on Amazon, so we want to make sure we get that link up. There are some really, really awesome. So you have a coloring book, two coloring books. Are they both T-Dragon?
No, one is a T-Dragon book and one is a mermaid creature, sea creature, underwater thing.
Okay. Okay, I guess I have to get that one. I bought the other two already. Zaina has them. Again, they were gifts for her. Yes, coloring books, Frosty. Yes. So, that Amazon link is live. Please go and support Kit on Amazon. Jokes, if you would pop her Patreon up for me too as well. You all please go check out Kit's Patreon. We're gonna also put her Instagram links and her Facebook links, so that you guys can go and do that. She has some really, really awesome artwork that I think you should definitely check out. Totally worth following. Totally worth being in that Patreon for sure. One more time, I'm gonna because I love it. Because because these make me happy. They just do. They make me happy.
Apparently, she has a TikTok.
Oh shoot!
Yeah.
You draw on TikTok?
It's a lot of the time lapse stuff for the tiny paintings I'm doing every day. So it's all time lapse. You get to see start to finish how the little paintings happen.
What's the TikTok link? Is it Silvertails?
It's Art of Kit Steele, like the Instagram.
Okay, like the Instagram. Okay, so y'all know what to do. TikTok. I know y'all got TikTok. I know y'all like to pretend you don't, but I know you do. You've been in the rabbit hole. I'm positive. So make sure, absolutely do that. Do that as well. Kit, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you guys. I've missed you.
Really, really good to talk
I've
to you.
missed you boys so much.
Thank you.
I've missed you.
We miss you too.
I've absolutely missed you. We will do this again sooner than later. Have you gotten any word about any live shows this year?
The ones that I know for sure, well, as sure as things are right now.
Right.
The Reed Pop shows I usually do every year, which is Emerald City, C2E2, and New York, are all tentatively scheduled for the end of the year.
Right.
So, except for C2E2, because that'll be next year. And so far, the only other thing I've really heard about is MegaCon, which is an Orlando show in August. Everything else is kind of
still in the air.
Yeah. So.
Okay. I've been hearing some things. There are some things brewing. I will send you some information that I have seen.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Yeah. Again, we still don't know if it's gonna happen.
Yeah, and it's all really like everyone's kind of crossing their fingers, I think. But
hey, pop up what Frosty said in the chat. Frosty has a thing for skulls. She's got a collection.
I like skulls. I draw a lot of skulls.
Show that the skulls. One of the show them both. Show them all. Whatever. Like we need a deck. I think you need to do a deck.
Yeah.
Human or animal? Because I did.
You need to make a deck and take my money. Whatever you want to show.
Like,
let's do both.
There's like these guys.
Hold up.
Yeah.
Wrong one. Boom.
Yeah. Both. Yeah.
And then there's these guys.
Yeah, again, that black, they're dope.
With the gloss on it, yeah.
I'd never painted on black paper before, so there was like a super high learning curve on these, but they were fun.
Worked out.
They were a lot of fun.
It worked out.
So,
yeah, that one with that one with the black roses. Yeah. Yeah, all of the above. I will buy it all, Max. Max is like, yeah. Yes. Yeah. So you all please go support Kit. Kit is really a really good close friend of ours, and it would be awesome if you all do that. You guys know how we do. So for all of you who are here, we're all family. Most of you, if you see people who are on Twitch, go follow them. If you see people who are on YouTube, go follow them. Most of you have channels or are doing something. I don't think I saw Perp in the chat today, but you guys go follow each other. We're trying to build something here. You know what I mean? We want everybody to follow everybody and everybody to take. J. Robert Deans has an awesome Patreon himself. Also has Amazon. J. Robert Deans, we'll be talking to you because you have some artwork.
Yeah.
Because it's still there. Shut up and take my money, kid. Still, like, all right, well, hey, we'll make it happen. You can make it happen.
You got the links.
Yeah, you got the links, sir. So yeah, I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight, for being active in the chat as always. We really
Thank you.
supremely enjoy talking with each and every one of you. So thank you so much.
Definitely.
Thank you guys for having me on the show.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Oh, thank you for joining us.
It was absolutely our pleasure. We'll be on Twitch tomorrow night, 8:30. I'm not sure what we're playing yet. We were talking about I don't know what we're playing yet. But we'll be live. I don't know if we're doing Watch Dogs again.
It'll be a surprise.
I mean, we're doing ESO, right?
Oh, you mean Friday?
That's Friday, not tomorrow.
Friday.
Yeah, I'm lost. Like I'm looking at jokes like we make plans for tomorrow that I don't know about. Like,
hey, there's plans that you don't know about.
Sid. Hold
up. No meaning.
Did I fall asleep during the meeting? Like,
did y'all see that they're adding an Among Us outfit for Fall Guys though?
Fall Guys, yep.
There's a crossover happening.
We knew that was gonna come at this point.
Yeah. Nah, I'm not playing Among Us with y'all because jokes cheat.
Nah, I just accuse you.
You were wrong though.
But I was wrong that one time.
You were super wrong though.
But here's the thing though.
And you were selling it.
Hey, but that's you got to do it. You got to commit to it. Once you're wrong, you commit to it.
My murder ass.
Remember you said that.
Hey, I'm the killer. I'm just sitting there just letting you talk. Like, just go ahead, Joe.
I was doing your job.
Just swearing. Zane was sitting behind me like. He's like, no, that didn't happen. Like,
look, and I'm looking at Zayden's face on your screen, just dying laughing. Like
he was so convinced.
You just disappeared from the screen. So
I went in. That's clearly not what happened.
That's what I saw.
You're still telling the same lie. Like that's clearly.
You know what's great about this? We can rewind the tape because I made a clip of it.
Absolutely. You're right, Marcus. It's about sending a message, and I made it very clear that every time we play Among Us, I don't care who else is playing.
I'm getting voted.
Jokes did it. I'm always voting for Jokes. I don't care what else is happening. I don't care if I see somebody else murder somebody else in cold blood. Jokes did it. I don't care what happened. It's always him. It's just a permanent thing. Yeah, look at saying in the comments. That's absolutely not what happened. Like it's so not what happened.
You disappeared from my screen. That's it.
Max, you love Among Us because you suck at it? Yeah, it's probably a good time. It's probably a really good time. All right. So yeah, we'll be live on Twitch. Again, we don't know yet. But I think right now it's ESO. I think we're playing Elder Scrolls Online. Mm-hmm. That's what the current plan is. So we'll see what happens before the end of the week. All right, we got to wrap it up. Kit, don't leave. Without a doubt,
right here.
We love you all. Toodles and lose.